welcome to the Afro Girl Diaries channel. My name is Belinda. If it's your first time here, please show this video some love by hitting that subscribe button, liking, sharing. I usually upload videos every other week focused on academia, career, and lifestyle. So the objective of this video is just to address any queries that we didn't get to cover in that Q&A where I had Dr. Lydia Mbuthia as a guest. She did share some useful tips on how to pass the ACCA. Please make sure to check out that video. I'll definitely link it along with all the other videos that I've shot for the ACCA in the description box below. So have a look, there's some good nuggets of wisdom there. And yeah, just getting straight into today's video. So I have received quite a number of queries and I have tried my best to address some of them in the comment section, but I just thought it would be useful to make a video so that this information is available to anyone who might find it handy. So I've tried to categorize them into different themes, just as I did on my previous video. And the first category is exams. So a query I received from a couple of people is, how do I register for the exam? So this may be different depending on the method of study that you've selected. So if you're doing self-study like I do self-study, you have to register for the exam yourself. And I do this on the My ACCA account, on the My ACCA website. So it's a self-service portal. And when you get on it, it's literally one of the first few sections you see on the left-hand side. You just select that you'd like to register for the exams. The payment is all online. It's all very straightforward. And I can put a link in the description box to the My ACCA portal where you can register for your account if you haven't done so already. Also, someone asked, how do you make payments for the exams? As I mentioned, it's all online. It's all on the My ACCA website. I also got a question on are paper-based exams the same price, or are they more expensive than the computer-based exams? So I don't even think we have the option to do paper-based anymore for a lot of the papers, especially the beginner papers, the ones for applied knowledge and applied skill level. I don't think we have the paper-based option anymore, at least not in the UK. So most of the exams are computer-based, but this doesn't mean that they're at home. So there may be, due to Corona, ACCA has made some adjustments in some areas where you're restricted to go to a study center, an exam center to do your exam. So there have been a few adjustments, but most of the time you will have to go to an exam center the same way you would go for a paper-based exam, and you do your exam from there. The only thing is you're typing instead of, writing on a paper. And most of you, especially if you work in this day and age, you're always on your computer. And I find that I type faster than I write. So I have definitely preferred the computer-based exams. Definitely let me know what you think. Do you prefer, if you started a while ago, do you prefer when we used to write our exams, or do you like the computer-based exams? Let me know what you think. And it's good to have that chat below in the comment section below. So moving on to our next category, around study material. So I did get some questions on where I purchased my books. So as you can see, I've already purchased the books for my next exam, which is Advanced Performance Management. I have mentioned in a previous video that I prefer Kaplan. That's just my personal preference. I like how they structure their material. I like how they show the examples. It's just the format, just the structure that works for me. So I always purchase the study text and exam kit. Make sure to check out top tips, my video on top tips to self-study. I cover more detail as to how I purchase my material. But honestly, I get it from Amazon. So as much as it's for Kaplan, there are different vendors in Amazon. And I just usually, before I purchase any material, I go to the Kaplan website. I check the price they give there, and I compare it to different retailing platforms. So I check Amazon, I check eBay, and as long as it's the most recent study session or just the one before, I just do my price comparison, and depending on where I seem to get more value for money, I purchase it from that different selling platform. Another question I got is, do I need to sit the ethics module before sitting for the professional level exams? I haven't sat for the ethics module yet, so that gives you the answer right there, and I'm at the professional level. I'm actually doing one of my last papers. So you don't, but you do need to do it before you get fully qualified. So you don't need to have done ethics to progress to the professionals level. However, there may be some advantages of doing the ethics module before you do the professional level. One of the advantages is you will become eligible to get the BSc honors in applied accounting from Oxford Brookes University. So the only thing that you need, the only 3 requirements you need to be able to graduate with a BSc in applied accounting is completing the applied knowledge and applied skills papers, completing the ethics module, and then the 3rd requirement is where you need to get an approved mentor from the ACCA website and complete a project. So there's a project that you need to do, and once you've done the 3, you'll be able to graduate with a BSc honors. And this is some of the advantages of the ACCA. You don't need to have gone to university, have done a degree in accounting. You don't even need to have gone to university. Yet, by doing the qualification, you may be able to actually complete it with a fully accredited degree from Oxford Brookes University. So that's something worth checking out. And I'll put more details, a link with more details in the description box below. So lastly, the last theme of questions that I received was on work experience required to become chartered. So you need 36 months of supervised work experience in an accounting or finance role. So normally you need to log your hours online. You need to also prove how you have achieved the different performance objectives. So some of these performance objectives are essential. So 5 essential performance objectives that you need to complete, and then 4 technical. There's usually quite a range of different objectives you can choose from. So the technical ones are usually based on what you'd like to specialize in. So what would you like, and also what's most relevant to your role. So depending on the type of role that you're in your job, there may be some performance objectives that are easier to achieve compared to others. But you will need 3 years work experience, and you'll need to log your hours. You'll need to basically write a statement as to how you have achieved each objective for you to become fully accredited. However, you may be able to fall into the second category, which I am in, where you work for an approved employer. When you work for an approved employer, it still doesn't mean you shouldn't get 3 years work experience. The only thing is that there's less paperwork. So the only difference is you don't need to write statements, you don't need to go around and basically you don't need to write all that or logging in a book somewhere the different hours that you've done, but you still need to demonstrate them to a fully qualified accountant who can sign the exemption form for you, saying that yes, Belinda has achieved all these 9 objectives, and yes, they should be fully qualified. There's a form that you need to fill in. As long as you're working for an approved employer, then that's all you need. You can check the approved employers on the ACCA website. They're available, and you can see if the employer you work for now is an approved employer. But again, your employer may be in that list, but they still want you to go through the full route. So you have to get basically approval from them that they're happy for you to take the exemption route. If you have any questions around any of these themes, if there's something I've not covered that you'd like me to cover in another Q&A, definitely put your questions in the description box below, and I'll do my best to address them in future videos. Have a good one. Bye.